Hello guys, welcome back. Loki Have Fun. He's actually in pretty good spirits. They came today and boring story time. They cut my hedges. They did all this work. They actually did a ton of work. And even though I almost had a heart attack when he told me what it cost, because he hadn't told me up front. I didn't know if he was just going to include this in the regular grass cutting or it was extra, right? Because he bought a 3-man crew in a truck with him. And he hauled everything away. So after my little heart attack, Loki goes, well, he did give you some money off. Can we go get burger? So we went and got burger. And Odin's perfect timing, or Loki's perfect timing, or just random events in the universe, though I don't think there's any randomness. The creeper from the bus comes over from the gas station talking to me. Oh, you know God's gift to woman. And Odin leans in real close and goes, that, my dear, is the kind of men he produces. You know who he's referring to. If Loki opens doors for me to do healing and settle the past, Odin's the one that comes and kicks him shut with his foot and smiles regretfully at me. So we went back through and we're modding the homes, but we're pissed off at this point because this is the 4th goddamn day that none of the gay pride stuff will load, and it won't let me import any of the stuff I've worked so hard on. So I can't fix any of the temples until they get their shit together and either totally get rid of the gay stuff or something. I'm afraid to tear down one of these temples and restart because I put hours of work into each temple, and it's the first time they feel like they're stable, like the gods are actually happy with them. But anyhow, Odin decided to give me my spiritual experience of the day. I don't know why it came up for me. I'm not quite sure. Probably because I went to listen to bikini pagan music. But the Elder Scrolls Online Elsewhere campaign came up, and we were picking out everyone in the thing. We picked the one dude for Odin, and we picked one guy for Loki. And Odin's like, "Oh, look." And basically the Khajiit is everyone that works with our gods. And she's kick-ass. She fights with a bow. She fights with a sword. She hisses at a dragon. It's awesome. It's like the most damn beautiful thing I saw. By the first time I was watching it, we were all in tears. Like, it's so beautiful. But the idea was our gods fight by our side. Because as they're riding up, if you take the one warrior to be Odin, he's looking at her like, are you sure you want to do this? And she's the one that rides ahead. And she's fighting this dragon, and they're all fighting this dragon. And the one that's Loki keeps getting buried under shit. And he's like, yeah, that sounds about right. But the brothers are fighting together, and the Khajiit's representing all of us, and just like, rolled up fighting at the dragon. And she helps take down the dragon, and she gains the respect of the gods. Now, that is not how the story line in Skyrim or Elder Scrolls goes, so please don't get confused. But that's the interpretation we were putting on it. I will give you the link. That is the damn most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I wish the actual game was like that. I'm like, that's beautiful. So yeah, we love that. And that was Odin's answer. Odin's like, you know the kind of gods we are. And as I'm standing up there, waiting to feed Loki, because Loki was, I got a reward, I owned it. I'm like, how did you earn it when he gave me the discount? I did, ah! The guy did do a lot of work, and it did save me a lot of money, because had I had to pay someone else to come in and do some of the stuff he threw on, yeah, he saved me like $100, so yeah, I'm grateful. So, Loki's alternating between wanting tummy rubs, because believe me, this is Loki, and that's the most normal thing he has ever asked for. He's like laying on one of the benches, like, rub my tummy. No. Why? We're in public. And people who haven't worked with him are like, what? Wait till he hugs you. Anyhow, we're up there, and Odin's like, how many times do I have to give you symbols of 2? You've got 2 main gods. You've got me, and you've got Loki. Though Odin has, Alzheimer's by now, and getting laughter back here, he forgets about Loki. You belong to me. And Loki will be like, my human, mine! So, so they'll kind of share with each other. I said, there's just going to be this terrific war one day in my home, isn't there? No. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that was their thing. They just wanted me to get the past settled, so we had changed a lot of the temples, and then we changed them all back. Poor Hel didn't even care. She's like, eh. And it was just about settling the past. And there are certain things that Odin wants, and Odin can be very sweet and kind and loving and charming, and then you can remember that he's a god of war, and he's not ashamed to be a god of war. And he was like reading over my shoulder as Loki's having me put the past to rest and having me read certain articles. Oh, he loves his people. That's so nice. He gonna bake you cookies. That'll really help you grow and get strong. I'm like, what? Look, he's like, aw, you could be a lamb. Did I ever tell you foxes eat lambs? And I'm like, what's wrong with both of you? But basically, they wanted me to put the boogeyman god to rest, finally, to bury him. And if he would ever get up, Odin would kill him anyhow. So that is the impression I get. I said the boogeyman god. I did not say their god, so don't go inferring things into this channel. But they're both very happy. And I did my rune reading, and a Fala came up, and it did come up in reverse. And Loki said, disregard it. We're drawing the runes the worst way possible. I mean, I've literally got this cup and pieces of cardboard for my runes, and no, they're not blooded. And he's like, disregard the reverse. But I read everything. I read the reverse meaning as well, and I kind of thought of it. And it deals with inheritance. And unfortunately, it's one of those things the racist ass clowns grabbed and have fucked up for all of us. So whenever you draw that, you're like, oh. It doesn't mean it in that way. It does mean, inheritance. What are the good traits you've inherited? To me, my opinion. What are the good traits you've inherited? What bad traits have you inherited? Have you carried on a bad family tradition? And only you can judge that. And what ancestors are you, if you're working with your ancestors, are you working with good ancestors that are empowering you, or are you dealing with ancestors that, for whatever reason, their outlook on life, which apparently doesn't change after death, I don't know, isn't helping you. And Odin is convinced I have Viking ancestry, even though that's not how it works. But he is convinced I have Viking ancestry. He's like, look, your nice little fill-in-the-blank ancestors aren't answering you. Vaguely, every so often, I will think I see mom or dad, or I think I will see a grandmother, but I know Loki's a master of illusion. It doesn't really feel like them. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is symbolic, pay attention. So, it's like, Odin would rather me be having Viking ancestry, and some of the stuff I went through in my childhood made sense. I thought we got invaded by pirates one time because I saw them in the living room. It wasn't pirates. Well, it was, but that's not what they called themselves. It was Odin's way of showing me I was protected. I saw these huge, I guess they would have been berserkers in the living room, and my mom didn't believe me. And you see this stuff with your third eye. You don't see it like, you know, real Israel's table or something. And Odin's way of showing you he loves you is to scare the hell out of you, usually. He can be sweet and gentle. I don't want to scare you away from him. He can be sweet and gentle and all adorable. Like today, all these gnomes came up. They're like protest gnomes, and I think it's Australia. It's on Bing. And, they have this place, this sanctuary for gnomes now. And I said, are you asking for gnomes? Because they have them up at the, store. And we do have a bunch of gnomes around the house, but they have those like real little gnomes. He's like, no, not necessarily. And since we saw Mr. Creeper and it is hot out, I'm like, that's two excuses to stay in the house. I'm not afraid of this guy, but I don't want this asshole knowing where I live either. And it's like, he's just creepy. I don't like him. He thinks he's God's gift to women. And Odin was like, well, that's the kind of men he produces, my dear. And this guy's weak and he's whiny and he's always whining at women that women will never date him. And I'm like, that is why women will never date you. That is very unattractive. And he doesn't have anything to offer. And men can say women are money grabbing, gold digging as they want. But if you're in a weaker position than the woman, you better hope she's fucking in love with you or that shit's not gonna work because it's like, you're just creepy. It's not like you're creepy and you come with accessories. Women could then perhaps overlook that and think, oh, in the way our brains work, maybe I will fall in love with him. He's creepy, but he has all this stuff. It's like when you're creepy and have nothing, it doesn't work. I know that sounds self-serving, but I worked with the old man. What can I say? The old man was like, ugh. So, Loki enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being reminded of, our gods do definitely build us up a certain way, and Loki just wanted me to put the past to bed. He didn't want me living there. I think that's why Thorlock came up upside down. Odin's like, it's nice to put the past to rest, but you don't have to live there. You don't have to go back and constantly talk to every deity that's ever helped you. If they're reaching out to you, that's one thing. If they're not, so that happened. And I think Loki's freak out last night was part of Loki's master plan. I don't really know. I never know with Loki. But if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.